Today we will be making a 2D character and a flashlight system. First, let's introduce myself for the new viewers. I'm a 17-year-old game developer currently working on my first team game, World Layers. So let's continue with the video. First, as you can see, I haven't made anything except importing the character I already have. So let's begin. First we need to create the character. So we're going to create a character class. We are naming it character. Why not? We open that, and here you can see that there's not anything in here. So first we are going to create a flip book. I need to mention that here I'm using paper ZD because it's easier to work with. First we are going to use this. It's too small, so I'm going to scale it up a little. Yeah, I think this is enough. We will be making this a little more fitting our character. I'm going to make just like that. Okay, so here I'm going to get player start, and yeah, we need to create also a game mode base, because there we can implement the character to be played as native. Game mode base, let's name it that. Here you can see that you can change the player controller, the default pawn class, game session, but we're going to need only the default pawn class. We are going to use, actually I'm going to rename the character to character 1, so we can distinguish which is our character. Here you can see. So yeah, oh, I forgot something. I need to set it up in the map game mode base, and now I think nope, my bad. I need to create a camera. I will be making it top down, so if you're also making it top down, you can just scale it up, and yeah, it should look like something like that. After that we're going to get spring arm, but it's got the opposite. Spring arm, the camera is not attached to the spring arm, so we are lifting that up, rotating that, and now we have a camera setup. Also we need to make it orthographic. Yeah, here is our character. We're still unable to move, so here in the event graph in the character class, we are deleting everything. Actually, not everything, only that. There are two methods to set up the movement. The first is using the inputs, which are in the project settings. This is not recommended anymore because there are a lot of steps, and there's easier way, like not easier, but it's definitely more useful. Now we're going to create IA movement here. After that we're going to go into input mapping context. Yeah, don't move. I move. So now first I'm going to create this, and I'm going to set up this actually needs to use something else, which is the action, which we saw earlier, the action input. Move. Move one. This is not the AA, this is the IMC. This is entirely my mistake. So yeah, don't look at that error because it's mine only. So IA move, then we're going to add 4 keys, which are our movement. W for move up, S, A, and D. I missed it, right? Okay, here we have the keys. Here's the trigger. We are going to use... No, actually we're not using that. We are using modifier. The first doesn't require a modifier, but the second requires, because we need to make it reversed. So if this is +1, which will go up, this needs to go -1, so down. That's why we are going to use negate. The A and D are basically using, one of them is using negate, but they need one more modifier, which is, wait a second, swizzle input axis. Swizzle input axis is basically creating a y-axis, because 1 and -1 without the swizzle input axis values is just x-axis, so up and down, while swizzle adds left and right, and that's why it's useful here. So if A is -1, D is +1, so A1 needs negate. So let's continue. Now we need to get our player controller, gets enhanced input axis. You can check if you want, if it's valid, but I don't think that's necessary. Now we need to add mapping context. But we need this for that. Add mapping context, and now we select IMC move. So now, after we have that, we need the move. My bad. Move. Basically, this is the movement input action. Actually, I just remembered something. This value should be float instead of bool. So we are going to the IA move 1 and we will set value type to vector 2D or axis 2D. And now when we get here, we have action value, which we split because we need the X and the Y separated. Now add movement inputs, I can't write, and this is X, and we're gonna say that X is 1, so we're going to move 1 X, 1 Y. Now we need another add movement input, and we're going to use the Y action value. We set X to 0 and Y to 1. Now we should be able to move, but our controls are reversed, so we need to set that right. First, as you can see, when I press D, I'm going up and A to go down, so we need the swizzle input action. Swizzle input action here and here, and we're going to set this to none. Now we should be able, yeah, we're going up and down and right and left. Instead we are going to delete this and add the negate to the D key. So now we have set the movement system, but now to make the basics for the flashlight, actually I'm going to get the directional light and set it as 1 because I need it to be dark. Skylights, we're removing that, sky atmosphere, and volumetric clouds. So yeah, now we have, let's say 0.1. Okay, I think this is good enough. Now we need animations, which are going to be from the paper ZD, which I don't have. Oh, it's here. Now I'm going to use actually it seems like the plugin isn't applied. So yeah, see you after the short pause. Okay, we are back with the paper ZD updated, and now, as I was saying, we need the animations. So here, if you have the plugin installed, you have this section here. First we need animation source, animation 1. So basically we add the new sequence and we're gonna name it walk, and then idle. We need to check multi-directional sequence, and it will be set to 4. So now we need this to be right. This will be down, left, and up. Now we have the little animation, and here we are going to check it also. Up there we need the right, down, left, and up. Now we have the animations set up, but after that we need the paper ZD animation blueprint, animation BP, and we need to set some things up. First, get owner, get owning actor, and we're going to set, and we're going to choose our character, which in this case is character 1, cast to character 1, and yeah, that's basically it for that. Then we're going to get a bow, but not just a bow. We need get animation by bow, where we are going to use our walk animation and our idle animation. Idle is whenever the character is static, so we're going to use get character 1, get velocity, or get velocity, then vector length and greater than 0, and this should allow us to use the animations while walking. Now we should be able to move, but our animations aren't playing. Okay, our animations aren't playing because maybe I forgot about one component, and this is Papers the animation, which allows us to use the animations we created. Now animation blueprint, and we are still not playing it. I think just a moment. Let material. The lit material allows us to use the lightning, so allows the lightning to affect the player. The component I'm missing is that I need to use the paper flip book in the render component reference. So now we should be able, okay, one mistake that I saw was with the these here. We need this to be normal axis, and these to be with squeeze input action. So we can rotate the character, and now we put the wrong negate. One last thing we need to create before continuing is the player controller. Here it is, and this is basically it for now. After that, we are going to go to the game mode and set it right here. Now, even with our animations not working, I'm going to set the flashlight, and we need directional light, no direction, spotlight, and we're going to increase it at max for now. So here you can see that it's working. Now we need to make it rotate with the player, so we're going to create a new value, which is directionality. That's why our animations are not working, because we don't have that. So the player doesn't know which direction to be facing, and that's why. Vector to D, and right here. Now we're going to add it here, we're going to split it, and we're going to add the two action values from the enhanced input action. After that, to set up the flashlight, we need to make a rotator in the matrix one, and we need the X plane. We connect these 2 points and set world rotation spotlight, and we connect these two. Now we should have working flashlight. As you can see, I'm moving up, left, down, and yeah, that's the flashlight. And for the animations, to finish them, after all, we need to get the directionality. So we are getting the character, gets directionality, and set directionality. Connect these two, and you're good to go. Except the left and the right are not correct animations. So to fix that, we can go to our animations, animation 1, walk, and set this one to left and this one to right. We're doing the same for the idle animations, left, right. Now we should have a working character. Of course, you can increase the number of animations by simply putting a larger number, but I don't need that, so I'm going to stick with these ones. And here you have it, a flashlight system. You can set it up to turn on and off, like this. I'm going to show you. We need a new variable, on, question, boolean, and now we're going to branch and check if this condition is true or false. If it's on, it's on. Actually, I'm going to use a key here, F key here. When pressed, I'm going to turn this thing on, and when pressed again, I need it to turn off. So to set that up, we are going to make it a little overcomplicated, but do once, which does what it says, do once. Then we're going to use branch, which will be connected to on, and after that we are going to, actually I deleted that, we are going to connect to point the conditions. On the true, if it's on, then it's going to turn it off. So if it's false, so it's not on, we're going to turn it on, and it's going to reset every time you click one of them. So basically, just let me show you, let me finish the system. Here, set hidden in game spotlight, and here. Now we're going, if it's true and it's on, then we're going to leave it, and after that, if it's false, we are going to hide it. And now we can turn it on with the key F. You can spam it if you want, but in my game I've added a system where it checks if it's in your inventory. So yeah, that's pretty much for the tutorial. I hope you like it, and don't forget to follow for more content. See you in the next one.